The U.S. President Joe Biden will host the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House on Thursday to discuss progress towards a ceasefire in Gaza and a hostage release. Vice President Harris is also scheduled to hold a separate meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. These high-level talks are part of ongoing diplomatic efforts to end the Gaza conflict. Israeli forces have recovered the bodies of 5 hostages killed by Hamas in that October 7 attack and held in Gaza since these were the hostages held in Gaza since then, since October 7. The first body was of Maya Goren, who's a 56-year-old kindergarten teacher killed during the attack on her kibbutz community. The other 4 hostages were 2 reserve soldiers and 2 conscript soldiers killed in combat during the October 7 attack. Their bodies were retrieved from the area of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza, where Israeli forces launched new raids this week. And Sarah Coates now joins us from Tel Aviv with more on these stories. Sarah, what are the reactions in Tel Aviv to Prime Minister Netanyahu's address to the U.S. Congress?
Hello there, Mark. Mixed reactions here in Israel in the wake of that congressional speech by Benjamin Netanyahu. We've heard from the Foreign Minister, Israel Katz. He called it moving and important. Similar sentiment from the Finance Minister, Bezalel Smotrich. He said that the Jewish and Israeli hearts of all of us are proud and filled with pride by the Prime Minister, who represents us with sharp and clear words. He is, though, being slammed by the opposition leader, Yair Lapid, who posted on X shortly after that address. He said, disgrace, an hour of talking without saying a single sentence, there will be a hostage deal. And this is also what we've been hearing from the family members, the loved ones of these hostages still being held in the Gaza Strip. They held a rally at the same time that Benjamin Netanyahu was speaking in Congress, slamming the Prime Minister for what is perceived to be his inability to release these remaining captives being held in the Strip. So certainly mixed reactions here in Israel, and really the sentiment on the Israeli street is that more should have been spoken about these people being held in Gaza, Mark.
Sarah, also, what's expected from his meetings with Biden, Harris and Trump?
Certainly very high-level meetings for Netanyahu over the coming days. He is expected to meet the US President Joe Biden a little later today. And we are hearing that the main topic of discussion there will be the ceasefire and hostage talks that are expected to pick up substantially over the next couple of days. Now, Netanyahu is coming under increasing pressure. He actually delayed the departure of this Israeli negotiating team. They were meant to leave yesterday to restart these talks, but his aides have come out to say that he wanted to meet US President Biden before actually sending this delegation. Now, according to a US official, these talks are in the closing stages, with a number of gaps, though, remaining. And from what we understand, these are that Hamas needs to still provide a list of these hostages that would be freed over a certain period of time. And Hamas also needs to provide a list of these prisoners, Palestinian prisoners being held in Israeli jails, that it wants freed. Now, he's also expected to meet a little later today also with Kamala Harris, with one of her aides saying that she will use a meeting with Netanyahu to convey her view that it's time for the war to end, in which Israel is secure, all hostages are released, and the suffering in Gaza ends. Now, you also mentioned about former US President Donald Trump. He will meet with him at Mar-a-Lago tomorrow, and he'll be really looking to shore up Trump's support once again and really kind of reset this relationship.
Final question, Sarah. Can you tell us more about the 5 hostages' bodies, and the fear that a third of those in captivity have been declared dead in absentia?
Certainly, this announcement was made over yesterday and early this morning that 5 bodies of people that were being held in the Gaza Strip have been retrieved during this Israeli operation in that southern city of Han Yunis. This is 1 woman and 4 men, and there is a lot of fear here, of course, among the loved ones of these captives, that more people may actually be found dead in the Gaza Strip as this Israeli military operation continues. Now, according to the IDF, there are 111 remaining hostages being held in Gaza, with 39 bodies there being confirmed dead. So once again, it is very, very difficult for the family members of these loved ones. They are urging Benjamin Netanyahu to come to a deal and come to it now, really hoping that there aren't more announcements such as this, Mark.
Thanks a lot, Sarah Coates, for joining us from Tel Aviv.